Now, without a doubt, a lot of Star Wars fans out there will in fact agree that by far one of the fan favorite characters in the Star Wars franchise is no other than Anakin Skywalker, portrayed by actor Hayden Christensen in the prequel trilogy by creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars is that, yes, we do know that they are trying their absolute best to really recapture that magical feeling of Star Wars. Essentially, what they want to do is that they really want to give the fans exactly what they wanted to see in the sequel trilogy that Kathleen Kennedy refused to give. And that was, of course, really making it more relatable to the originals and the prequels mixed together. We didn't really get to see that per se, but now that Disney has George, John, and Dave on their hands, that's exactly what they're trying to do. They are trying their absolute best to really deliver as much authentic Star Wars material as possible. Now, what's really exciting about all of this is the fact that we've got George, John, and Dave working on over a dozen Star Wars projects for Disney Plus alone. Let that sink in for a moment. Over a dozen projects for Disney Plus in and on itself. That's primarily TV shows. So apart from all of this, what's really exciting about Disney Star Wars is that things really are starting to shape up. However, what's really intriguing when it comes to actor Hayden Christensen, well, this is where things begin to really pick up and get interesting about Kathleen Kennedy. Now, with the sequel trilogy now over, both Disney and Lucasfilm are now focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of movies, as well as their new universe in general. It's explained, however, that at one point in time when actor Hayden Christensen was being interviewed recently, he was questioned about the direction of Disney Star Wars around the time when he was questioned about Kathleen Kennedy's leadership over at Lucasfilm. Now, at one point in time, Hayden Christensen went on to reveal that he feels that the direction of Star Wars under Disney has not been true to the vision by George Lucas, and that his tip for the higher-ups over at Lucasfilm, including Kathleen Kennedy, is to follow George Lucas and his ideas and concepts. Now, let's stop right here for a second. So the fact that Hayden Christensen, was able to say that the higher-ups need to pay more attention to George Lucas, I think it once again shows us that there was some form of frustration from Hayden Christensen, obviously, between himself, Kathleen Kennedy, and what happened with The Rise of Skywalker behind the scenes. A lot of things really happened with that movie. It was really supposed to take advantage of the character of Anakin Skywalker like no other before. I think that obviously what they were trying to do is that they were trying to, JJ, George, and Chris, they were trying to really capture that magical feeling of Star Wars from the prequels and originals. And Kathleen Kennedy just really sabotaged that. She really did. So, moving on from this, alright, Hayden went on to unveil that Lucas had told him concepts that he was never allowed to talk about, and that he knows that George has the ultimate path to making Star Wars the best that it can be. Now, when questioned again about the backlash from the Star Wars fans, whether it be from The Last Jedi or Episode 9, Hayden Christensen went on to say that he feels that the president didn't do the best job at handling the Star Wars franchise, and that it's not for everybody, and that the president should be open to ideas from the fans and from supporting creators on the set of the movies and/or TV shows. Now, when questioned about whether he would be becoming a part of Star Wars again or not, Hayden walked away, smiled, and said, "May the Force be with you." Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, that is the ultimate sign and matches up directly with the leaks of his involvement with the Kenobi TV show, another Star Wars TV show, and The Mandalorian Season 4, which, by the way, is not going to be coming out until 2022, mind you. There's a long ways until we get to see that, but it will be here before you know it. 2020 is basically over. We're entering 2021, so we got the Bad Batch next year. We've got the Kenobi TV series filming next year, and The Mandalorian Season 3 is going to release next year. So a lot of things are happening slowly but surely, and things are really starting to fall into place here. Now, one thing I will say about Hayden is that this man, I think, is finally going to be able to redeem himself as an actor, given that, yes, he is attached to the Kenobi TV series, and that, yes, he is also attached to a handful of other Star Wars projects out there. That's exactly what Disney wants. They know that the fans want to actually see some concrete Star Wars material that's more in the line with the vision of George Lucas. And I think that obviously that's going to be the ultimate cure to the divide between Star Wars fans right now, is by embracing those ideas by George, John, and Dave together, that they are really going to be able to make this new universe into something quite successful. So I think that regardless, we're on the road to success here. A lot of things are happening within this universe, and I think that we're going to see a lot of progress being made within the next 3 to 5 years. And we're going to look back on 2020 or 2019, 18, 17, whatever, and say how much of a difference it really was. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.